Yeah, like that, like that.
January 15th, 2026, Limpopo and Mpumalanga, South Africa. Following continuous and torrential rains over the past few weeks, large parts of northern South Africa, particularly the Mpumalanga and Limpopo provinces, have been hit by widespread flooding. Heavy and deadly rains that began in early January 2026 and intensified in recent weeks have caused widespread flooding in the north and northeast of South Africa. The floods have mainly affected the Limpopo and Mpumalanga provinces, killing a total of 30 people, destroying homes, bridges, schools, and closing roads. According to local authorities, the flooding of several rivers, including the Sabi, Crocodile, and Ledaba, has led to the closure of the Kruger National Park, the emergency evacuation of tourists, and the launch of a massive rescue operation by the army and rescue workers. According to reports, the most damage from the recent floods has been recorded in the northern and northeastern provinces of South Africa. In the north and northeast of the country, the Limpopo province, including the Mopani and Wampoa districts, the towns and areas around Gioni, Phalaborwa and Mikado, and several low-lying and rural areas have been affected. In the Mpumalanga province, in the northeast of the country, the Lowveld region and areas around the Sabi and Crocodile rivers, on the Mpumalanga-Limpopo border, including the Kruger National Park, have been affected by flooding. The central and northern parts of the park in these areas have experienced the highest loss of life, destruction of infrastructure, and emergency evacuation of residents and tourists due to heavy rainfall, river flooding, and complete soil saturation. In the northeast of South Africa, the Mpumalanga province has been hit hardest by floods caused by heavy rains. At least 19 people have died in the province. More than 1,200 homes have been completely or partially destroyed, and dozens of families have been forced to flee their homes. Damage to bridges, power outages, and school closures in several districts have been among the main consequences of the floods. In the north of the country, the Limpopo province has seen floods that have killed nearly 10 people and caused extensive damage to public infrastructure. Dozens of bridges and roads have been damaged in the province, and several schools have been temporarily closed. Several low-lying areas have also been severely flooded. The army and police have been deployed to rescue people trapped in houses and trees.
As you can see at the Tower camp, staff members are evacuated from the camp.
The storm in northern South Africa was the result of a widespread and intense rainfall system, accompanied by torrential rains, thunderstorms, and river flooding. This system is better known as an enhanced monsoon, which, despite the very high volume of rain, has also caused heavy damage due to destructive winds. According to experts, the storm was caused by the infiltration of very humid masses from the Indian Ocean into the northern and northeastern regions of South Africa. When this high humidity collided with a low-pressure system, conditions were created for continuous and more intense rainfall, and at the same time, several other weather systems were activated. According to meteorologists, the continuation of this weather condition is due to several key factors, including the stability of the low-pressure system in the region and its slow movement, which has caused the rainfall to persist. Also, the complete saturation of the soil following continuous rainfall has reduced its water absorption capacity, and as a result, it has intensified runoff and flooding. On the other hand, The continuous supply of moisture from the Indian Ocean has caused the rainfall to repeat for several consecutive days. On a broader level, the intensification of extreme climatic phenomena has also played an important role in increasing the intensity, prolonging the duration of rainfall, and making such events more unpredictable than in previous years. The South African Meteorological Agency has issued its highest warning level for northern Mpumalanga and southern Limpopo provinces, indicating a direct and immediate threat to life due to the intensity and extent of the rain system. It has predicted that between 100 and 200 millimeters of rain will fall in these areas, a level that could lead to forced evacuations, damage to infrastructure, and further flooding. In response to the widespread flooding, emergency measures have been taken to reduce casualties and address the situation of the affected. Rescue and evacuation operations are ongoing in high-risk areas, and stranded people have been transferred to safe places and medical facilities. At the same time, temporary shelters have been provided for families who have lost their homes, and the distribution of first aid, including food and drinking water, has begun. The process of assessing the damage and coordinating between different relief structures is also underway, and officials have emphasized that the main focus is on saving lives, securing vulnerable areas, and preparing for reconstruction after the crisis subsides. Deadly floods in northern and northeastern South Africa have once again exposed the vulnerability of these regions to extreme weather events. While efforts continue to provide relief, temporarily house the affected and reopen roads, warnings of continued rainfall and the risk of new floods remain. Experts stress that without better preparedness and effective management of resources and infrastructure, the consequences of such events in the years to come could be more widespread and costly.